Hello there. I am the Yu-Gi-Oh! Scrub from the past, but you're watching this in the present on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Scrub YouTube channel, not the Bailey YouTube channel, but you could personally, in the comments, or if you see me in real life, call me Bailey, if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's the rule. I need to reach 5 million subscribers at 407 right now. You know, only a long ways away, but every little one helps. So click that button, please. Thank you very much. We're playing a deck pretty similar to what I was playing yesterday. It's another Welledad deck, but I wanted to try something a little different. Instead of using Dark Grepher to send Krebins to the graveyard, I wanted to use Ryko, the Lightsworn Hunter, the best miller in Edison format. So it's a Welledad deck. Real quickly, we'll talk about it. Running 3 Krebins. Good card. It can keep itself on the field as a level 2 tuner with 800 life points to negate an attack that attacks this card specifically. 2 telekinetic power. We'll special summon them from the graveyard. It's kind of like the Diva engine where you summon Diva, get another Diva, so you get 2 level 2 tuners, except you don't need to use your normal summon if you have 2 of them in the grave. You can also bring back 1 of them. Running 3 Ryko the Lightsworn Hunter as our mill engine. Obviously a fantastic card, along with a single charge of the Light Brigade and 1 super nimble Mega Hamster. I like charge in this deck. Sometimes I like running just the 2 hamster, or 3 hamster, but no charge. I like charge because there's enough cards that you can set that you can charge for Ryko and then, say, set a Mystic Tomato or a Goblin Zombie, and your opponent might not want to attack into it. Frankly, it's probably better with like a Goblin Zombie, but then you can tribute it for Caius. And so it allows you to play some mind games. But we are running the 1 hamster as well, just to get Ryko onto the field, to tribute it for Caius, yada yada yada. Running 2 Mystic Tomato that can get Krebins or Goblin Zombies. Plague Spreader, Spirit Reaper, not Mizuki unfortunately. A Gale is our other target. Idea here is that you can get the Krebins if you need to fuel your telekinetic power, or you can get Goblin Zombie and tribute it for Caius and search a bunch of cards. Also, Goblin Zombie is great to synchro with because you can search for all your other zombies. The 1 Gale is just a nice card, level 3 tuner, that you can use with Mind Control or Brain Control to get rid of your opponent's monsters, make a Black Rose potentially. Also search with Mystic Tomato. It's just a good card. 1 Chaos Sorcerer, because we are running lights in this deck, a few more than the other deck, which I still was running Chaos Sorcerer, but we were only running the Cyber Dragons. We were running 3 Caius, of course. Cyber Dragon, just 1 in the main, the other being in the side, because we don't really need the 2 lights in the main deck, just because we have the Rykos. Also, the Tribute Fodder, I feel like, will be a little more abundant with this version, so we don't need 2 Cyber Dragons to be the Tribute Fodder. Of course, we're running Dark Arm Dragon. It is a dad deck, after all. And then Gores and Trag, so very monster-heavy in this deck. Something I also like about the zombie version is that we're running 2 Book of Lives, which can be graveyard hate for your opponent, but also just ways to get monsters on the field without using your normal summon. 1 Allure of Darkness, because it's a great card if you're running the Dark Monsters to fuel it. Brain Control, Emergency Teleport, Foolish Burial, Heavy Storm, Mind Control, and MST, so a bunch of 1-ups for the spells traps. And then the traps, we're running Mirror Force, Judgment, Torrential, and 1 Trap Stun. I want to try this out as just a way to kind of flip it and then go for a big push. There were the games yesterday that if I had had a Trap Stun over like a Dust Tornado, would have been able to win. Well, actually, I don't know if I would have won, but it could have potentially changed games. Side deck doesn't matter. We're just going to go ahead and play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Join the pool. Click this button. I got some mozzarella sticks next to me. Frankly, a giant plate of mozzarella sticks because I got a family-sized pack after the gym today. Do I need a family-sized pack? Absolutely not. I'm not a family. I'm a single person. But I sometimes eat like I'm a family. Don't tell the store that I went to that they were all for me. I lose rock, paper, scissors because I'm the worst player to ever play this stupid game. And we go second, of course. Opponent at least does have 15 cards in the extra deck. Opening hand, Charge, Telekinetic Powerwell, Krebins, Caius, Dark Armed Dragon. So we have a Dark Armed Dragon in the opening hand, which I always love to see. They go ahead and set 1 back row, 2 back row, 3 back row, and end their turn. We'll go ahead, I think. Milling, Trap Stun, Book of Life, and Mega Hamster. We'll go ahead, I think, and just set the Ryko and end. I really want to eat a mozzarella stick, but I feel like that would be unprofessional on camera, because I'm peak professional. You might have heard. I am opening a can. I apologize for the crack you're about to hear. There you go. There's the crack. Mind control. Alright, let's go ahead. We'll flip summon the Ryko and hit this middle back row. It was a bottomless. Milling. Heavy Storm. Mizuki. Caius. Accidentally gave it a shuffle there, but it doesn't matter. It's not like it changed the math or anything. We'll tribute the Ryko for Caius. Targeting his face down monster. It was a Dandelion. Fantastic hit. I figured I didn't want to hit the monster with the Ryko effect. Ryko's better to hit back row. Caius is better to hit monsters. We'll then go ahead and I think just end our turn. Next turn, potentially summon the Krebons. Scapegoat. Okay. Maybe quick draw coming. But you can't summon monsters, not even normal summon. You can set, but you can't. Okay, he got it. I was about to copy paste. Okay, so he's running Assault Mode Activate. I think the play here is... I could try to make Red Dragon Archfiend, which would get rid of all of his tokens. But the question is, do I want to do that? He has enough back row that I'm a little worried about it. We'll just go ahead and I think beat over 2 tokens. And see if this works. Okay, that is what happens. I think we'll just go ahead and end our turn there. I don't think making a synchro is the best play. I think keeping bodies on the field. He summons a Diva. He can make a level 7 or 6 if he summons the level 3 Sea Serpent. He could also make a level 6 if he summons a Diva, Synchros. Okay, he does do the level 3. He spined Gilman, to be exact, but frankly all that matters is the level 3. He does Synchro for a 6. Making YuGiOh. I sent it to Grave, but obviously it goes to defense on his side of the field. I draw another Krebons. Okay. What's the play here? A couple different plays that I see. He has nothing in Grave. I have 1 dark in Grave. If I can tribute Krebons, hitting the YuGiOh Guardian, or I can synchro with the YuGiOh. I think this is a good time to synchro with the YuGiOh making a Stardust. I think we can then summon the Krebons. and try to... We'll attack the Caius with Krebins, because if he does negate this, he doesn't. D-Prison, maybe? Nope. Okay. I think because we have the Power Well, I can afford to keep Dark Armed in hand. I suppose I could have special summoned and then tried to start blowing stuff up. But I think I want to do that next turn. I'm assuming at least one of those is Assault Mode activate. Okay, he instant fusions. Not a bad card. I am going to take a bite of a mozzarella stick. Summoning the Apprentice. Arcane Apprentice. Making Brio. Bouncing my Stardust. And I will pay 800 life points to keep my Krebins on the field. And I think the play here is to special summon Dark Armed, Cryo. Okay, he admitted defeat. And he left the match. Great. Well, one win for us. I will avoid eating another bite because I realized it was probably not the best thing to do. But I'm hungry. I got back from the gym not too long ago. I need food in my belly. I love this guy's card sleeves. What is that? Prophecy Destroyer? I know it's a prophecy card, or a spellbook card, whatever you want to claim that archetype is. It's something, it's like you banish a bunch of spellbooks from your graveyard and you can special summon it, but the art is just so cool. I know people have said before, but it looks like it should be a Magic the Gathering card, not a Yu-Gi-Oh card. We do win the rock, paper, scissors for once in my life. Opening up with Dark Arm Dragon, Mizuki, Tragodia, Heavy Storm, MST, Telekinetic Power Well. We're going to Pro Set Heavy. I feel like this never goes well for me. I don't know if this is the right play. I don't know when you actually want to Pro Set Heavy, but I'm going to Pro Set Heavy right now, making him, hopefully... Okay, it's a Jane. Lightsworn Paladin. That's fine. I'll eat 1,800. And main phase 2, he sets one back row, okay. Milling Caius Lonefire, interesting. Because I don't think this deck will set much back row. Okay, heavy for heavy. There we go. I think we're gonna Foolish Burial. Sending Krebins to grave. Using Power Well. Eating 600 damage. Summon Mizuki. Synchro for 6. Special summon YuGiOh. Attack. And end phase, we'll mill 2. Milling a Ryko and a Book of Life. He's got Lonefire, Caius, and Grave, so nothing happening in his graveyard, assuming maybe a Miracle Fertilizer would be the one thing. Okay, he goes ahead and summons a Cyber Valley. We'll MST this back row. It is indeed Scapegoat. So we'll obviously switch Jane to attack, and I think we summon Gale? Or do we just let him have tokens? I think we maybe just let him have tokens. I don't see what they're going to do. So we'll just go ahead and attack over 2 tokens. Milling Krebins and Torrential Tribute. Okay. Still's got nothing going on in Grave, though he's obviously going to Cyber Valley here. If he has a Mind or Brain Control. Also, Mark of the Rose could steal YuGiOh. So he's running, I think, the Amaryllis Steel deck right now that I believe topped the latest RBET. I don't know what card for card, and he might not be running the same exact deck card for card, but I do believe it runs Cyber Valley. I don't know about Scapegoat. Scapegoat does seem like a good card if you're running Cyber Valley. There's definitely interactions that Scapegoat has, even in Edison format, that I think make it somewhat worth running. I could see it being an underutilized card in quick draw decks, because sometimes only with Dandy at 2, it can be a little frustrating if you can't find Dandy. I mean, I know people have innovated, mainly, E3 YuGiOh has innovated to run the hero engine with Gaia and Future Fusion. So he does have the quick draw, pitching a second quick draw, but the Gaia Future Fusion, so you can send a Dandy from the graveyard and get tokens. Just because you can't search Dandy. There's the Botanical Girl that can also search Dandy, but it can be difficult when you can't find Dandy. Summons Turbo Warrior. He mills a couple of cards. I'm assuming he's going to Cyber Valley, get rid of this token. So it halves the attack, so I take 1,100. I take 100 from the Card Trooper. And I'm assuming he'll Cyber Valley with the token. And let's go ahead and attack him for 1,100 damage. And I think just end there. Next turn, he Pot of Avarices. So putting back his Debris, Caius, and 2 quick draws. And Card Trooper. I have a play next turn that could be interesting of assuming he doesn't summon another monster that is kind of unlikely. If he beats over Gale, I can summon Tragodia, use Tragodia's effect to steal to pitch my Caius, steal his Turbo Warrior, and I can drop Dark Armed Dragon before that, but he is summoning a Lone Fire Blossom, which will certainly get himself a Titanial, which makes it so I can't drop the Trag on the first attack. I'll eat 1,200, 2,800, and special summon the Trag in defense. Now, of course, I get Gores. Okay. So I think I gotta go for this play. Banishing the Gale, because that's the only card that can't do anything in the graveyard. And we will target the Titanial. And it's, of course, not gonna negate. We will then declare and try to steal his Turbo Warrior. And try to attack him directly. And we'll end our turn there. Okay, so he's going for Turbo Warrior, assuming he's going to just make it 1200. Yeah, okay. So, what's good here? DD Crow Soul Release could be interesting. I don't think we need MST or Heavy Storm. Mind Controls is fine. Trap Stun seems bad. What other card can I take out? Maybe one Tomato. Doesn't seem too great. Maybe the Charge. Or do I keep Charge and take out the Hamster? I'll do that. I don't think I've said my normal line of, I hope everyone is having a good day. If you're not having a good day, go and make it a good day. And then come back and finish my video. Makes me feel like Mr. Rogers when I say that. I feel like that's something he would say. Because I truly believe it, in a way. I know it's kind of joking, becomes a little line that I just go and say. But of course, like, I want everyone to have a good day. I think it would be crazy to not want people to have good days. And I recognize that while I'm giving people content, and I'm doing it in a way that I hope it does improve people's days, like I don't hope they watch my video and they get angry and upset that I play a game. But I hope that it can at least provide some good times. But I recognize it's mostly, I'll admit, like, I think it's kind of an addiction that we all somewhat share in this generation of content. We have just grown up where we love, I mean, it's almost a meme to be like, oh, the short-term attention span of Gen Z. And I know I call myself Gen Z millennial cusp. I feel like if your first phone wasn't a smartphone, then you're not truly Gen Z. If you remember the world with cassette tapes and CDs and having to actually get a DVD in the mail on Netflix, then you remember the world before what it is now. But I recognize, long story short, that, like, frankly, this is if you find all of your meaning from, like, my videos, that's crazy. And I want you to go find some meaning in something else. Okay, opening hand. Foolish, Plague, Caius, Krebens, Mind Control, Mizuki. Let's go ahead. We'll summon Krebens and end. There's a lot of plays you could do. We could set Plague, bluffing a Ryko. We could... Okay. He goes ahead and summons Cyber Valley and ends. We'll go ahead. Let's banish that Cyber Valley. It's a Mirror Force. Okay, Foolish. I don't think Foolish does anything in this scenario. We honestly have two of our best Foolish targets, so we'll just end our turn there. Maybe he'll believe we have a Gores or something. He sets a back row and ends. Or not a back row, a monster. I'm assuming it is a Dandy. Could be a Ryko. It's a Ryko. Milling Quick Draw, Stratos, and Caius. Don't think I'd seen Ryko that last game. Kaiku. Unfortunate for me. He vanishes 2 Darks, my Krebins, and my Mystic Tomato. But we can go ahead Mind Control. Emergency Teleport, getting ourselves Krebins. And I think we then... Do we push for damage? Or do we make something Synchro, a level 8 Synchro? We'll normal summon Plague. Synchro. Do we do YuGiOh right away? Can't make Hades. Can't make Doomkaiser. We either do Brio or we make YuGiOh. We'll do YuGiOh. We'll push for 4,000 damage. Does he drop Gores? No, he does not. I think we'll keep Foolish. I don't know if there's anything worth Foolishing. Besides maybe the 3rd Krebins. I like keeping Lethal, quote-unquote, on board. Also the Tuner. So we can potentially Synchro into Brio next turn. We will banish the Light. Just in case he has a Chaos Sorcerer. He had 2 Darks. The Hero could have also been a call, but I don't think he's running Miracle Fusion. I think DD Crow, 1-for-1ing the Avarice, was a good play there. It seems like he doesn't have many good plays at the moment. Depending on what he does, I could also, next turn, summon Mizuki. He sets 2. Okay. Makes me think that he's a little desperate. So we'll summon Mizuki. Synchro for Brio. With Prio. Get rid of the Foolish Burial. Target the back row. Well, it doesn't pop. Target the face down. And attack the game, assuming no Gores. Okay, we get one. Game 2. I think I'm feeling okay. We'll just go ahead and click Done Siding. 29 minutes. Probably going to be finished after this game. Don't know if we'll hit the 40. Opening hand, Telekinetic Powwow, Allure of Darkness, DD Crow, Solemn Judgment, and Cyber Dragon. We'll go ahead and Allure of Darkness. Do we get rid of... Yeah, we'll get rid of DD Crow. And we'll special summon Cyber Dragon. He gets 2 tokens from the Dandy. And we'll set Judgment and Ryko. Could have maybe set the Mystic Tomato to potentially get a Krebins with our 2 Telekinetic Power Wells. That probably was a better play. I think I want to Solemn his Synchro monster. I'm assuming he's going to Synchro for a Black Rose. We will negate the Black Rose. He sets a back row. I'll try to pop it with my Ryko. It was a Solemn Judgment. Milling Tomato, Caius, Krebins. I think we go ahead, summon Tomato, and then do we Power Well? I think we will Power Well for one of the Krebins. We'll go ahead first, just attack. 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 Pay 600. Special summon a Krebins. Attack. Main phase 2. Do we Synchro for anything? That is the question. I don't think we do. We'll end. He could hit me for a butt-ton of damage if he has a Lone Fire, and then he can attack over the Ryko. No back row, which was unfortunate. But I have all of the board presence you could imagine. Wanted to keep him off of any tokens because any level 1 could, with a quick drop, become a level 6 Synchro. Which I don't like. I don't like having my opponent play things. I want to keep my opponent from playing anything. I mean, I do love me a good Goat stun deck. Okay. He has another Debris Dragon, summoning a Dandy. That's fine. Hits me for 800 with Debris over the Ryko. Synchros with the Dandy to make himself Ancient Fairy. Yep. Gets 2 tokens. And ends his turn. Of course, now I draw a DD Crow. Standby main. What do we want to do here? If I summon DD Crow, I can make a level 8 Synchro. Yeah, we'll do that. Make Red Dragon Archfiend. And we will end our turn. Specifically attacked with the Tomato over one of the tokens. Though, actually, could I have gotten 1400 damage? Yeah, I could have gotten 1400 damage if I had... I don't know why I was thinking it had to attack, like, as if it couldn't attack after. I don't know. That's a complete misplay by me. Should have attacked with the Red Dragon Archfiend, popped all of his tokens and Ancient Fairy, and then attack with Tomato for 14. A little bit of a misplay by me. We'll see if the 1400 damage. He does summon Card Trooper. Milling. Future Fusion, Caius, Quick Draw. He's got a bunch of monsters in grave. He then activates Pot of Avarice. Unfortunately, no DD Crow. He puts back Black Rose. Put a bunch of monsters. Probably going to attack over the Tomato. 500 damage, and then let's go ahead and get ourselves probably Goblin Zombie. We get ourselves Krebins. Okay. So I think I might go for a big push here. We'll normal summon Krebins. Torrential Tribute. Okay. That's fine. We can get ourselves Mizuki. Or Zombie Master. Probably Mizuki. Next we will activate Book of Life, targeting Goblin Zombie and Dandelion. We'll go ahead. Do we summon 1 or 2 Krebins? I think 1, because 2 would put us in range of a Quick Draw Drill Warrior attack directly. So we'll go ahead and special summon 1. Eating 600. And I think we'll then Synchro for probably YuGiOh for damage, getting ourselves a Zombie Master, and we'll attack directly. And unfortunately just have to end. I think I could have done a little bit more if I had a card. He special summons. Okay, that's game. Yeah, I don't think there was any way to play around it. Wow, he left the duel real fast. I did sneak a win, though. So let's talk about the deck real fast. What changes would I make? Maybe getting rid of the Gale. I think I have enough tuners with the Plague and 3 Krebins to not necessarily need the Gale for the Mystic Tomato target, though it kind of came in handy at one point. Maybe cutting the Chaos Sorcerer and the Cyber Dragon, just so I don't necessarily need that boss monster, and making it a little bit more streamlined. I don't know exactly what else I'd like to do, but I just love the level 5 free special summon that Cyber Dragon gives you. It just works so well. Maybe cutting one Caius. I don't think I summoned it. No, I definitely summoned it at least once during the matches. But there's definitely changes to be made, as with every single one of my decks that I make. It is never optimized. So let me know, what version do you guys like more? Do you like the Dark Grepher version? Do you like this Ryko version? I like that the Rykos, while being able to send stuff to the graveyard, one, it doesn't have to send Krebins. It kind of takes that choice out of my hands, obviously, by being random mills versus a send from Grepher. Obviously, you can have bad mills, but I like that it's able to pop a card. Grepher kind of just does what it needs to do of sending cards to the graveyard, but then can be a nothing burger on the field. Just a 1700 beater, which is fine, but not that good. Ryko can really interact with your opponent's back row, its monsters. It's a better card overall than Grepher, just not as targeted for its sending to the graveyard, hence milling versus sending directly from deck. But I think it's interesting. Also allows that Chaos Sorcerer to have a little more synergy. Level 2 opens up the same thing with the Armory Arm OTK, though actually I'm looking at it, I don't have Armory Arm in here. So let me know what you think. Tell me all your thoughts and prayers given to me. Please subscribe. I love you. Bye.